got some spinach that looked like finally came up. There's pest damage. Over there is arugula. So I have to start harvesting some of this stuff. So it's nice about different varieties of lettuces or other things that you would have in your salad. Like, you can start harvesting even when the leaves are really small and really young. What you'd want to do is just to pick the outer ones, take a pair of scissors or snips and go ahead and harvest the outer ones, but leave some here in the middle, so that way it can continue to grow. Now, be cautious with it. Don't take it down to one leaf. Leave a couple leaves, so you're not shocking the plant too much. But you can, at this stage, even though a lot of them are still pretty young and small in size, I can go ahead and start harvesting them, some of the outer leaves, and eat them, and they'll continue to grow into the bigger plant. It will. So if you ever hear people talking about something called succession planting, that's where you would space out in specific intervals your seed sowing of different varieties of plants and vegetables. With lettuces, to have a constant supply of lettuce growing, so it's not all coming up and needing to be harvested all at once, you could succession plant your seeds. So for example, let's say May 1st, I planted and I sowed a bunch of lettuce seeds, the area of my garden space here. And 2 to 3 weeks later, I would sow another line of lettuce seeds. And 2 to 3 weeks after that, I would sow another line of lettuce seeds. And what would happen is that, each level of seeds are going to grow up at different intervals, and therefore giving me an extended period of time where I can harvest that crop. So that way I'm not overwhelmed with a full bed of lettuce that you can't really store lettuce for long periods of time. As you know, it gets mushy after a week or so in the refrigerator, and freezing isn't really the greatest option for lettuce either. So succession planting is a good way to extend your harvest, obviously, until it gets too late in the season where it would bolt right away. Since I did just get some more lettuce seed in the mail from Baker Creek, I will go ahead and sow some of those seeds in those bare areas where nothing is and try again. I don't know. How is this cilantro? Not quite as good. So cilantro does not like the heat. I did start the cilantro from seed in the house and transplanted it, I don't know, sometime in May. And I was a little shocked after the transplant for a while. And there is a lot of bug damage, pest damage. It's starting to get eaten up. But once it starts to get really warm, it is going to bolt and go to seed. Like you can see this one. The center is starting to kind of come in and get taller compared to the bushier bottom portion of this, which tells me that this is going to be going to seed soon. Now I could cut it down and harvest a lot of the leaves and try to slow that process down to where it bolts and goes to seed. But the leaves themselves are not going to taste as good. Just like trying this one, and I don't know, it's not got the best flavor, not like it did, a few weeks ago. It was a lot more cilantro-y. Now it's the flavor's starting to change just a little bit. So that'll happen when things are starting to get further out in the season and they're about done. So when I'm getting my salad greens out of the garden, what I like to use is the salad spinner. I got it off Amazon a few years ago, and I will try and put a link below to it, but I really like it. When you're using it, it's got this little like brake option if it's like going too crazy, and you can lock it as well with this here. So I like to just take the inner basket when I am going to harvest my greens, so that way when I come in I can just pop it in here and wash them. So I'm gonna go ahead and take just a couple leaves here from the spinach. I'm doing this one-handed, so I'll pick those up. And maybe a leaf of this. Just be careful not to get too much. Just because I do want some of these. And then I'll go over to this spinach and take a couple leaves. And these are kind of holy from pests, so I'll give them a good washing before we eat them. But this one, I could take some, but I'm gonna let that grow a little more before I disturb it. I'll take some of these cilantros down here. Just throw that into a salad, give it a little bit of flavor. The arugula is really nice and full. I'm comfortable with taking quite a bit of arugula. Look at that. That is the beginning of an arugula trying to form a stalk to go to seed. So I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna cut that. And that's gonna prolong the life of that plant so I can harvest it a little bit longer. So because that's happening, and arugula is a cold weather crop, it likes the cooler temperatures, and we are starting to warm up now, I might go ahead and trim this back actually quite a bit so it keeps producing new leaves that we can eat as a salad. So as you can see, I'm just taking a little bit of a snip here and there from each of the plants, and I sowed this really heavily close together. And we'll see this one, same thing. I don't want that to flower yet. Wash it out. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough to have a salad for myself. And I'm gonna take some of this curly leaf parsley and put that in there. Really need. Look at that. That pot can't stay there. I'm gonna bump my head on it every time. Oh, I have Swiss chard. Ooh, I forgot about that. So these are really big leaves. Take 2 of those to add. I kind of want one more. Take one more. It's got some new ones growing. I'll leave that big leaf there. Baby beet greens. So, didn't know. You can eat the leaves from beets, and when they're real small like this still, they're a lot more tender and taste a little bit better compared to when they are full size and mature. But even when they are full size, you can eat them. I've also seen where people juice the leaves. So yes, just taking a couple leaves. Not all of them from one plant, but just like one leaf or so from different ones. Yeah, see, here's another dingly thing from this. I mean, they're pretty, but whacking my head on it. I'm gonna get some radish for this salad. And a lot of my radish are really small. I mean, the combination of this really cold spring we had, and then it like heated up really fast. Didn't give a lot of time for these to mature, and they're going to seed. So I'm just gonna pull them up. I mean, they're still pretty, but yeah, so I mean, look at this one. This one has bolted or is going to seed. I mean, this is not gonna, if I left it in the ground, it's not gonna make a radish like this is it. So I'm not even gonna eat that. That's going in the compost pile. This one I'm letting go to seed so I can get seeds from it. Now I'm pulling these radishes out. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put in their place. Like, look, these, I mean, they've been in the ground now like 2 months. They're not growing. That's gonna be it for them. Okay, so all the radish are out except this one. I'm gonna let that one go to seed so I can save seeds and continue growing radish. But radish are a cold weather crop, so they like the cooler temperatures, which is, it is not right now. I am, I mean, I think it's in the 70s, but I'm not used to that yet. I'm in the north, northeast Ohio. So this is what I got. I'm gonna take that in. Oh man, wow, that was fast. I think it's safe to say the asparagus have about had it too, and are protesting and telling me that it's too hot, and they're ready to recharge for next year's harvest. Picking, and literally within 2 or 3 days they have gotten this tall and are getting their ferns started. Some of these are still, I could pick, but like this one here, how skinny it is, I wouldn't want to pick that. The asparagus at that size is telling me that it is stressed, and I need to let that go to seed. Get that one, and like, I'll go ahead. A couple more asparagus for good measure, just to end the asparagus season well. This one's pretty. This is disgusting. Can you see that? See those little black spots all over the stalks here? Those are eggs for asparagus beetles. I identified my pest issue on these. You can see them there. And those are all eggs, all on the whole thing. I've made a note to come out and wipe all these off. It's just, it's kind of gross, and I've been putting it off, and I really need to go ahead and do it so that this plant can healthily grow ferns and gather nutrients to survive over winter, and then come back next year and wipe down all these stalks to get rid of the eggs and then pick off the bugs. So definitely pest issue. I also read that when the asparagus start to curl like that, that is an indication of the asparagus beetle stressing it out if they grow like that, and a lot of them are hooked. So definitely an issue. This asparagus looks nice. I think I will cut this one and put it in my salad. So a nice little haul here with my early greens. So I'm gonna wash all these up, and I'll make a little snacky out of them. That'll be good. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope that some of these tips are helping you out. You know, I am not an expert in the garden. I am still very much learning all the time, and as a new issue comes up, I am researching and learning from it. So take my advice for what you will, but am trying here, and we do have some success for what we're growing, so I think it's working out okay. So if this video was helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel, Sandals and Steel Toes, to grow our channel and our community, and we are so happy to have you. So thank you guys. Take care. Bye.